back. Now, I have what we call hooded eyes. If I look at you straight on, you can see even my eyes are different. One is really heavily hooded, and the other one is not so bad. We have a tendency to kind of look like this, so you holding them up so they're not so bad. Of course, that's when you get this thing. But we have to work around it. That's what we got. Unless you're going to go and get a big facelift and all that other kind of stuff, then that's what you got. So you can do your eyes a different way. I'm going to use the Addiction Palette one, which is this. Now, a lot of these colors are very similar to what's on the special that's going on today till 3, where you have the browns, and except for where these darker ones are your blues and a gray, which I don't have that one. I want it, and I'm getting it. I just don't have it yet. So, what I'm going to do is show you quickly kind of 2 different ways that you want to set up your eye. Okay. For instance, where this one doesn't have a crease, I've got to make a crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little bit with this chipper. And you just want to lightly create your crease. And you're just tapping it in. What we have to remember is everything we're doing is light and dark. What we want to emphasize, we're going to make it light. What we want to camouflage, we're going to make it dark. So, like before, you could see that there was no crease on that at all. And I'm going to do the same with a different kind of brush. I probably should have used the sponge end on that first one that comes on the brush that comes in the kit. And you don't want to go up above that. Now we're just going to work down below that. You know, there are quick ways that you can throw stuff together if you're in a hurry, or you just don't want to mess with it. Right now I'm just kind of showing you a little more detailed way of doing it. Okay, so now I'm going to use the sponge end of the brush, and I'm going to use our probably this one right here, which is Sincere. And you're going to work towards the nose, your inner corner, just halfway. And you're patting it on. Don't go above that little crease line that you drew. You can spread it over. Again, staying all below that crease. Starting in, that's where you want the intensest color on this particular one. And now we're going to use the lightest color that we have, which is this one, Elated. And you're going to dab in as close to your brow, because we'll be blending that in. You see the light and dark already? See how it's going to bring the difference in? I should have pinned my bangs back out of the way. Again, you're going just under the brow bone on there. And since we have it, I'm going to use a little bit of that chipper that we did, and I'm going to go into just touch up my eyebrows a little bit. I'm going to put this palette down so I can move this out of the way. Yes, you can use them. I use it for contouring. I use it on my brows. I use it for all sorts of stuff. And remember, you want your highlight to be from your nose across your pupil. That's where you want the highest part to be on both sides. You don't want it any further in than here or any further out than there. And what I like is I'm going to take, which you could do with the blues, you can do with the purples, now you can do with whatever you want. Once you get your foundation part set, match your outfits, match your mood, however you want to do. So I'm going to use a little bit of this, what is it called? Forthright. And these palettes are so highly pigmented, you don't need much at all. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the corner of where your eye is and just push. Just push. Get a little more on the other side. Again, there are tons of ways that we can do it, but right now I'm just kind of showing you a condensed way for us that are over 40, 50, depending on what's going on. Alright, so now I'm going to take the extra off, and now you're just blending inward. Where you went, blending up and in. You're not really, I guess you're making a C or, a V or like a 7. Again, blending up and in. Now you could be done, if you wanted to be done with that, you could be done. Just put your mascara on. You can put your liner on. When you have a hooded eye like we do, it's really not recommended to do the winged eye like the young kids do anymore. But you can still do your own modified versions of it. And what I do is I like these thin little brushes. And again, I'm going to go back to that same dark color. Let it up on the brush. And just go along underneath. And you're just going to push along your lash line. You can do it on your top lash line. You can do it on your bottom lash line. You can bring it out, but again, don't go past where that part was. Again, see how these push, 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 push. Once you get more comfortable with it, sure, do what you feel like in there. But you really need the thin little brush too. Now, if I wanted to get really, really intense with another color, I can get intense with another color. This is our palette 3. And that has pretty pinks and purples and grays. And this is palette 5. And that's got some really intense silver, metallic, gold, pinks, and purple. Now, I love using this, but not for an all-over thing. I use it as like accent colors. For instance, like if I took this silver and I would just touch in the center. Remember, you're doing the highlighting. And that's what's going to make your eyes pop open more. If you wet your little brush, your color is going to be so much more intense too. But again, it's just playing around with it. Since I'm back at palette 1 and I did the other little brush thing, I'm going to finish up real quick. When I go back to that brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of the chipper again. And now I am going to go right in here, on the other side, right in here, right in between where I did I have a round face. I'm going to create a jawline. You're going to want to blend it in. And the same way with here. You're going to blend. You hold the brush back more towards the end. You blend it in, up and in. Up and in. And now you're going to brush off the extra setting powder. And see. Ta-da! The hooded eyes don't look near as bad. And again, if it's still too intense for you, you just blend it down until it's as light as you want. It's all up to you. You can blend, you can intensify, you can add highlighted other color underneath eyeliner. But for now, the point of this video, I don't want it to go on too long, and I'm going to stop with that. Alrighty. Talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.